Article 2 says about the power of Parliament to admit into India or to establish a new states. That means Article 2 says about the power. See, in India, the Parliament alone have the power to admit or establish new states. Okay, because it's the central legislative body, right? So Article 2 says about the power of Parliament to admit in India or to establish new states. Okay, say example. See, Tripura and Manipur. These are examples. Admit into Union of India. Okay. Union of India means all the states together. Okay. Means Parliament has the power to admit into the Union of India state or to establish a new state. I'll give an example. See, Tripura and Manipur were not states earlier. They were granted the status of union territories. So since they are union territories, they are not included under the Union of India. Because why? Because Union of India means the states altogether. And Manipur and Tripura were not part of states because they were granted the status only union territories. So Parliament under Article 2, that means it has the power to admit into the Union of India or to establish a new state. So under Article 2, Parliament granted statehood to Tripura and Manipur, and now they are a complete full-fledged state in India. It is included into the Union of India under Article 2. Another example, see Goa. Goa was a foreign territory which is under the control of Portuguese. Okay, and in 1961, India acquired Goa through police action, and it was given the status of a union territory. Fine. Union territory in the sense, it is not part of a Union of India. It is only a part of territory of India. Okay. And later on, this Goa was granted statehood. It means it is established in a new state and admitted into the Union of India under Article 2. So this is what I mean by Article 2. That is the power of Parliament to admit into India or to establish a new state. Sikkim was not part of India earlier, and it was admitted into India as a state under Article 2. Okay. Next is Article 3. It deals about the internal readjustment. That means adjustment within the geographical territory of India. See, this adjustment is regarding, see, Goa was a foreign state and added to India. It was an external territory earlier, added to India. And here Article 3 deals with internal readjustment. That means the Parliament has the power to alter the areas of states, or it can form new state by merging or dividing it. That means, say example, say state 1, state 2, state 3, state 4, state 5, say example. Okay. Under Article 3, the Parliament has the power to merge two states and form a single state, or merge two or more states to form a single state, and has the power to decrease the area of a state, or divide a state into more than one state, or take some part of a state and other part of a state and then form a single state, and add a state with the union territories and form a single larger state. So that means the internal readjustment, the Parliament has the complete power. That means to form states by adding, merging, or by taking some portions of a state and mixing with other state. In any kind of readjustment, Parliament has the ultimate power. Right? Say example, we know in the recent 2014, the Andhra Pradesh was divided into Andhra and Telangana. It was the power of Parliament under Article 3. That means internal readjustment in any manner, the Parliament has the ultimate power. It is given under the Article 3. Okay, say example, after this, in 1957, say example, the earlier states called Travancore, Cochin, plus some parts of Madras state, that is Malabar area of Madras state, and an area called Kasargod from South Kannada state. So from these three are joined together to form the state of Kerala. Again, Hyderabad state was merged with Telugu speaking Andhra state to form Andhra Pradesh. Again, Madhya Bharat plus Vindhya Pradesh plus as princely state of Bhopal, these all are merged together to form Madhya Pradesh. So in that sense, the internal readjustment, complete power lies with the parliament under Article 3. Under Article 3, the parliament has the power to change name of state also. See, United Province was changed into Uttar Pradesh. Madras was changed into Tamil Nadu. Mysore was changed into Karnataka. Likewise, this parliament alone has the power to change the name of a state also. This all comes under Article 3. Article 2 deals with admit into Union of India or to establish a new state. But Article 3 deals with internal readjustment of boundaries and changing name of states. Okay. See, under Article 3, if the boundaries has to be altered, then the procedure is, first of all, the bill has to be introduced into the parliament. That is, a bill has to be introduced into the parliament for changing the name or altering the boundaries of a state or to form a new state by carving out other state. In any of this manner, under Article 3, a bill has to be introduced into the parliament. And before introduction, it needs the prior recommendation of president. Okay, that means prior recommendation of President of India is necessary for the introduction of bill into the parliament under Article 3 of the Constitution. Means without the President's recommendation, this concerned bill cannot be introduced into the parliament. And again, before President recommends that, the President sends that proposal for concerned state legislature. See, the Telangana was carved out from Andhra Pradesh. Okay, at that time, the President of India has to send that proposal to the Andhra Pradesh legislature. Okay, and the decision of the concerned state legislature is not binding on the President. See, the proposal may be supported or rejected by the concerned state legislature, but that decision is not binding on the President. Even then, the parliament can move away with the bill according to their wishes. I repeat, if the boundaries of a state has to be altered or the name of the state has to be changed under Article 3, first of all, a bill has to be introduced into the parliament. Why? Because only the parliament has the power to change the boundaries of state or any internal readjustments or even change the name of the state. Only the parliament has the power. So for that, a bill has to be introduced into the parliament either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. But before introduction of the bill under Article 3, it needs the prior recommendation of the President. Okay. And before President giving his or her recommendation, the proposal is sent to the concerned state legislature. I give an example that when the Telangana was carved from Andhra Pradesh, the concerned proposal is sent by the President to the Andhra Pradesh state legislature. Okay. And the Andhra Pradesh state legislature gives some decisions. Their decisions they will be giving out. Okay. But their decisions are not binding on the President. That means President need not follow that decisions of the Andhra Pradesh legislature, and the parliament can move away with the bill according to their wishes. Okay. What shows this? This shows that unitary feature of our constitution. That means the parliament has the power to destroy the areas or destruct the areas of a state unilaterally. It shows the unitary feature of our constitution, because the states in India have no territorial integrity. I repeat, the states in India have no territorial integrity. That means we cannot say that today what is the area of a state will be existed for a long. No, because why? The parliament has the power to alter the boundaries of a state even without state's consent. Because here the state's consent is not necessary for the internal readjustment. Parliament alone can do it. That means our states have no territorial integrity. But in case of US, that is USA, the states have territorial integrity because the federal government cannot unilaterally alter the boundaries of the states of United States of America. If the boundaries has to be altered, the state's consent is must in USA. But in India, the state's consent is not necessary. The parliament alone can alter the boundaries of a state. So our states does not enjoy territorial integrity. Because of this, our Indian Union is termed as indestructible union with destructible states. Because states can be destructed by the unilateral action of the parliament alone. Okay, that is indestructible union with the destructible states. That's what I mean by this concept. Okay, I again repeat, under Article 3, a bill has to be introduced into the parliament, either in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Before the recommendation, the president is necessary. And the president, before giving a recommendation, send the proposal for the concerned state legislature. And the decision of the state legislature is not binding on the president, and the parliament can move away according to their wishes. Shows the unitary feature of our constitution, because parliament has the power to destroy the area of a state, even though India is a federal country, right? It shows the states have no territorial integrity, but in USA the states have territorial integrity, right?